Hello and welcome to Elecspo, and this is our fourth attempt at seeing how far a certain world-class player can take a League Two club. We've done it with a goalkeeper, a centre-back, a striker, and now it's the turn of a centre midfielder, and who better than Kevin De Bruyne? The Manchester City sensation is heading slightly north for this simulation as he heads up to Cumbria to represent Carlisle United. He's got a 5-year deal on £1,000 a week, and in 2025 will be heading back to the Etihad. So far we haven't been able to get a League Two club any further than the Championship, so could De Bruyne be the man to take us even further? Let's find out. Right, here we are at the start of the simulation, the 27th of July 2020, and as you can see, the 29-year-old Kevin De Bruyne is no longer a Manchester City player. He is at Carlisle United and he'll be representing them in League Two. So far we've seen Jan Oblak and Virgil van Dijk get their teams up to the Championship. Harry Kane could only get Leyton Orient to League One. I'll be honest with you, I think this is our best bet. Surely a centre midfielder, someone who can defend, someone who can attack, someone who can pull the strings from the middle of the park. Surely he is our best bet of reaching the Premier League, or at least, challenge for promotion in the Championship. So far we haven't even had that. Let's simulate a year into the future. Let's see what Kevin De Bruyne can do with Carlisle United in League Two. Right, here we are at the end of the first season of the simulation, the 13th of June 2021. And as you can see, Kevin De Bruyne, as always in these simulations, he's cleaned up just like everyone else has done in the stats. But it hasn't delivered promotion. Carlisle beaten in the playoffs. They finished 6th in the league with 68 points, 12 of the winners Forest Green. They played Leyton Orient in the playoffs. They drew 3-3 on aggregate and they were beaten on penalties. Kevin De Bruyne has had an exceptional season personally, the best player in the division, 8.14 average rating, 30 assists, that is huge, and 23 man of the match awards, but his teammates haven't been able to match him as Carlisle were beaten in the playoff semi-finals by Leyton Orient. Let's see how that penalty shootout went down. Kevin De Bruyne, he was the first man to step up. He scored for Carlisle, so he didn't cost his team. It was Corbinu. It was that gentleman there who missed the deciding spot kick for Carlisle and sent Leyton Orient through. But Kevin De Bruyne, let's check him out. He's devastated to have missed out on the Belgium tournament squad. Belgium haven't picked Kevin De Bruyne just because he's playing in League Two. I mean, he's been excellent. 18 goals, 29 assists, 22 man of the match awards, 43 appearances. He's been excellent, which basically tells me his teammates haven't been quite as good, which is fair enough to be honest. I mean, there's 3 of them there have got higher than a 7, that's gone alright. But Kevin De Bruyne, they have just missed out on promotion. It's close, but it's a slow start. This is not quite what I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit more. I thought Kevin De Bruyne was going to be the man for the occasion here, but unfortunately, it hasn't to be. So 1 season out of 5 done, and it's going to be a second season in League Two for Carlisle United. Come on, Kevin. It's going to take something very special to get rid of the Premier League here. Is it even possible now? How many promotions do we need? League One, Championship, Premier League. We've got 4 seasons. We need 3 promotions. But we are off to a bad start. Let's go into year 2. Surely Kevin De Bruyne can improve. Surely his teammates are going to be getting better. Surely. Let's go into year 2. Right, here we are, the 12th of June 2022, the end of Season 2 of the simulation, and it's only gone and happened again. Carlisle United have finished 6th in Sky Bet League 2, and they have been beaten in the playoff semi-finals. This time they were even closer to going up. They got 75 points to come 6th. They were only 3 shy of Grimsby Town, who got the 3rd automatic place. Kevin De Bruyne, yet again, 20 assists, average rating higher than an 8, 27 man of the match awards. But how did the playoff semi go? They were beaten on penalties again. It was Oxford United who beat them on spot kicks. They drew 2-2 in the semis. Let's see how the spot kicks went. Kevin De Bruyne missed. Wow. Christ, he missed 2 penalties. He missed a penalty in the first minute of the game. And then he missed the penalties in the shootout to get things off to an awful start. So for all Kevin De Bruyne had a great first season, that ended in disappointment. Season 2 has ended in disappointment, and it's a little bit his fault. He's the captain now, number 7 on his back. Hasn't been as good, to be honest with you. 3 more man of the match awards, but less assists, less goals, and he's played a bit more football. How's he feeling? He's looking forward to moving clubs. and thinks Ben Close is a valuable player. No negatives though, he's not twisting about not winning promotion, he's not slagging off his teammates, he's not screaming about being left home alone and bullied by some thugs who want to rob his house. That's what happens in Home Alone, isn't it? Doesn't matter, it's aged terribly, that film, and it's not even Christmas. So Carlisle United, 2 seasons in a row, they've came 6th, got into the playoffs, and they've been beaten 2 seasons in a row on penalties. Unless Kevin De Bruyne can deliver 3 promotions off the bat, there is no way he's going to better Jan Oblak or Virgil van Dijk. At this rate, he might not even be able to match what Harry Kane did at Leyton Orient. But let's go into season 3. Come on, Kevin, surely this is the time we can get promoted, surely. Let's find out. Okay, here we are, the 11th of June 2023, the 3rd season out of 5, and finally Carlisle United have done it. They are going up to Sky Bet League One, and they have came 3rd with 75 points. I'm going to compare that to how they've done in previous years, because I don't even think that's... I think, did they do the same last season? Last season they got 75, season before they got 68. So they got exactly the same number of points they got the season prior, but this time they've gone up automatically, coming 3rd. They only lost 9 games all season. That's fewer than anyone else in the entire division, fewer than Bradford and Wimbledon, who finished above them. They were 7 points off the title wins Bradford City, but luckily for Cardiff this time they've avoided the perils of the playoffs where they've fallen on penalties 2 seasons in a row. This time De Bruyne, average rating higher than an 8 yet again, his assists are going down, the man of the match awards are going down. But that doesn't matter because Carlisle United are going up. He swapped numbers again, he's number 6. Kevin just settled on a number man, for goodness sake. He thinks the club should retain his services of Ben Close, and he's probably not going to stay in the game once he retires. Obviously he's been scarred to death by his times in League Two. I mean, to be fair, his average rating is only slightly 0.01 lower than his first season, but he only played 32 games this season, so has he had injury bother? He missed 6 weeks there, a couple of weeks there, so he's missed a fair bit of football. But it doesn't matter because Carlisle United have gone up. They are going up to League One. That's as far as Harry Kane got. We've seen Jan Oblak and Virgil van Dijk go further. So in League One, how will Kevin De Bruyne and Carlisle United cope in the 3rd tier of English football? I'll be honest with you, I haven't got high hopes considering how long it's taken them to get promoted. They might just float about in League One, a bit like Leyton Orient did. But let's go into year 4. Come on, Kevin, let's see what you do. I'm to be honest with you, we're halfway through here, we're past the halfway mark, and I'm really disappointed considering, I mean, I didn't think the Jan Oblak video would be the most successful, but out of anyone, he's done the best. The attacking players just aren't delivering. But let's go into season 4. Kevin, prove me wrong. Right, here we are, season 4 of the simulation, the 16th of June 2024, and Carlisle United have survived in League One. I mean, bang in the middle there, 12th position, 60 points, 12 clear of the relegation zone, and 13 shy of the playoffs. They couldn't be more mid-table if they asked. Kevin De Bruyne, yet again the best player in the division, but his average has decreased to below an 8 rather. Assists 16, man of the match awards 19. So yeah, I mean, it's no surprise Kevin De Bruyne is playing so well. Even at 32, he's still going to be playing to that high standard. I mean, he'd probably still be playing in the Premier League for Man City in the year 2024. But in this simulation, he's a League One player for the first time in his career, having spent 3 seasons in League Two. And it's mid-table. I mean, where's he even playing in the system? Are they playing him high up the pitch? Is he playing as a deep line playmaker? Let's have a look. Centre midfield, what they're playing, 4-2-3-1. De Bruyne playing centre midfield alongside a man called Dave Murphy, which is one of the most average and sound players I've ever heard of in my life. Dave Murphy. I'm sure we all know someone called Dave Murphy. It's a very common name. I mean, off the top of my head, I don't know anyone called Dave Murphy. This is ridiculous. Kevin De Bruyne, out in front as the best player at Carlisle United. Only 2 other players getting higher than a 7. One of those was our good friend Dave Murphy. Let's check Kevin out. Not even looking forward to leaving. He's just sick to death. But this is going very much the same way as the Harry Kane experiment did. We got into League One, and that was kind of the glass ceiling we could hit. Herman Hreidarson's the manager now, which is kind of interesting. Noughties Premier League fans will remember him from his days at Portsmouth. Was he at Charlton as well, I want to say? I'm just thinking back to my shootout card collection. I love shootout cards, bring them back. I suppose I can't really collect them late in my 20s, but that's fine. But Kevin De Bruyne, I am wildly disappointed in you. I thought a centre midfielder was going to unlock the key to getting us to challenging in the Championship at least, but at the minute, it's been an absolute disaster. But there is one season left. Kevin, prove us wrong. At least take us into the Championship, then we can dream about a brighter future for Carlisle United. Sadly, I haven't got high hopes. So let's go into season 5. Come on, Kevin, prove me wrong. Right, here we are, the 5th and final season of Kevin De Bruyne at Carlisle United, the summer of 2025. He's about to head back to Manchester City, and he'll be heading back there with a relegation on his CV. This wildly disappointing simulation ends in typical fashion as Carlisle have been relegated from League One. Kevin De Bruyne is still the best player in the division, got 18 man of the match awards, hasn't featured in the goal scoring charts nor the assists, and Carlisle have came second bottom with just 47 points, an average of just higher than a point a game, and it wasn't enough to keep them in the 3rd tier of English football. Kevin De Bruyne still played 38 games. I mean, he's played a lot of football in fairness. Not the full season, but 10 goals. I mean, 5 seasons in a row he's got double figures for goals and assists. I mean, his performance has been great. He's been just as good as he was the year before, with an average rating of 7.89. But it's just been a bridge too far for Carlisle United. I do wonder if maybe I should have done this simulation, each experiment of this simulation with the same team. Should I have sent De Bruyne to Bradford, Van Dijk to Bradford, Harry Kane to Bradford? Maybe I should have, so maybe that's a mistake I've made. But I mean, I've picked out 4 incredible footballers, and none of them have been able to take anyone higher than the Championship. De Bruyne has been the biggest disappointment, to be honest with you, even more disappointing than Harry Kane. But maybe it's just one player isn't capable of getting so many promotions. Kevin De Bruyne looking forward to moving clubs. His mood is slightly poor. I mean, I'd be pretty upset if I've just got relegated from League One. Kevin, I won't lie to you, you should be pretty disappointed. So maybe what I should do is make a super team. Take these 4 players and put them into a League Two team. Then you've got a perfect spine that you can build a team around. Because clearly one player isn't enough. Would 4 be too many? If you had Harry Kane up front, De Bruyne in the middle, Virgil van Dijk centre back, and Jan Oblak, would that be too good? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, because at the minute I'm very disappointed, to be honest with you. It is the defensive players who have thrived in this month-long experiment. We've been doing this for a while now. I mean, it's been quite unplanned. We've just been playing it a bit off the cuff. But for Kevin De Bruyne and Carlisle United, it has ended in tears. But that is the end of the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you think I should send all 4 of these players to a League Two club, see how they should get on. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Elecspo. And until next time, we will see you around.